let's go in here, just playing trajectories going from the north to the south, starting at the Yasnai area where we
Yeah.
saw in the last game about 5 or 6 teams dropped into that same zone. So I'm curious as to how many will look to drop into the same zone. You're also go school close to them, Pachinki, Milta Shelter Prison, and obviously military base could be a bit of a hotspot for a couple of early game team fights. Other than that, Bayu, where do you think these teams are going to look to land?
I'm gonna go on a guess. There are a couple teams. I think Nova is especially. They're gonna rush for a car. That's what I'm gonna guess right now. They're gonna go rush for a car and go to Georgia
Okay.
Pool.
Okay.
That's a very common strategy where where you can get the vehicle and go to the other side of the world and
Okay.
and loot up, and you have a safe loot basically. That's what it basically means. You have a
Okay.
safe area. You have all the loot to your disposal, and you loot up, and then you're gonna look for fights. That's a very common
Okay.
strategy that I expected Nova to do right now, but unfortunately they did not. Unfortunately, so my expectations were wrong. Meanwhile, we
No
have Team
worries.
18 and Team 24 being very close to each other. I believe, again, wasn't it the same two teams that were fighting each other last round in
I
Yashnaya?
Yeah, I think it was, but I very much think it was. Now we do see that I'm on Vladik right now. He's got a shotgun in his hand. Shotgun can be a little bit powerful in the early game, as can the Uzi Bio. I'm finding these teams are picking up an Uzi in the early stages of the game because that has a really nice fire rate. So you get on point with that Uzi aim, and you will do a lot of damage. Like just as I say that, Vladik has the Uzi in his hand, ready to cause destruction as Team 24 are getting very close to them. We do see that Shiro is just right behind that wall area, but Vladik gets knocked down. He wasn't in the right position, and he loses his life. That is Team 18 down to 3 players. EXS are looking pretty good. They are a 3-man team also. Shiro gets that 1 kill, as you do see Zark takes out Zerka, or should I say knocks down Zerka. So Zerka are also in a situation they're kind of down to 2 players, so they're trading kills, trading blows in this Yasnai area. Bayu, that was interesting that came out from. But whoa, Sibo also in another area of the map. We're seeing 4-4 getting a little bit shut down in the early stages of this game, but definitely want to stay on this fight as Team 18 and Team 24 are not are not afraid to go at each other. But what do you make of that first kind of little bit of skirmish between the two teams, Bio?
From what I saw was that Shiro made a very great move there by flanking the opponent. Zerka kind of got stuck I felt like he got kind of stuck in between. It was
Okay.
maybe a bit unlucky, maybe not. But if he would have moved 1 second later, he would not have been spotted going behind from. Oh, sorry, up away from the wall. So my
Okay.
apologies, my English is not my native language. So if he hadn't done that, did he just throw a grenade in his building? Ooh. Well, Asia is looking right now at Zarks. Will he be able to pick
Yeah.
him up? Now Zarks is moving away a little bit, but Shiro is again picking up a kill. And
Oh, baby.
wait, was that Team 3 or Team 18 that he picked up a kill from? I think it was Team 18. That would mean that Team 18 has now 3 players left. So it was not Team 18 that he knocked. Okay, that is rather
No, it
confusing.
was Gabella that he knocked. He
Okay,
knocked
only
Gabella.
knock,
Yeah, it
only
was.
a knock.
So he knocked him down, but we do see that Zerx is reviving Gabella, so that's gonna still keep them at 3 members. So EXS not looking the strongest in this situation because it is essentially 2v3 situation. But I'm gonna give confidence to Shiro to be in the right position. He's kind of creeping around that building. He's not prone, but he's ducked down, just kind of waiting, biding his time. He sees Hancock just behind that wall. He can't quite get the shots off, but it was definitely a tight position. He had only a split second. Now by shooting, he's kind of exposing himself a little bit more, so he's going to have to be careful. One member of Team 18 he's actually sandwiched between the 3 members of Team 18, but he sees that one player just behind the wall. Hancock, what can he do? If he can duck behind, he's just tilting, waiting, proning like a cat ready to jump on their prey, get the job done. But could he be waiting too long, Bayu? Could he be just being a little bit too patient? What would you do if you're in that situation, if you were Shiro, Bayu?
Ooh, knowing that there's people behind you and one in front of you, I kind of would do the same and hold my ground. Meanwhile, F13 is looking at... Wait, what? Okay, so Acer got knocked by Zarks, but that also means that Nova is right now fighting with...
Daylight.
They're about to fight with Daylight as well. Wow, what a lot of action is going on right now. Okay, so Zarks. Okay, my apologies. We just moved away the moment they wiped out Shiro and Acer.
Okay, so let's get the focus onto Nova. I want to get the focus onto Nova because we see Daylight are inside that building compound. Maxis is trying to get in there, but there's been a knockdown. Teko is knocked down. Maxis is low in health. Kaylas is still full though, as so is Amin. As you see, Kaylas is going into that building. He's not afraid. He's going to go, no, I'm going in here, guys. I'm going to try and get the job done. Kaylas gets it knocked down, but there's another one in that building, and he gets knocked down. He's surely about to lose his life. Yes, he does. No point in going into this building compound if you haven't got the support. Mox is about to be knocked down. Tico is still on health, so it's 2 members of Nova left in this team fight. Daylight are going to look to try and close his house sooner rather than later. Teco gets knocked down. Nova, what are you doing to yourself, guys? You promised us so much. You promised us the world, but you have not delivered. Nova Amin, the one final remaining player in this game. All 4 members of Daylight just looking to
No. One of Daylight is down. One of Daylight is...
Sorry. One of Daylight is down, but either way, the 3 remaining players are looking to go. Grenade is being thrown up against the wall. It's a flash grenade, should I say. Just try and catch him out. Boom! Bang! Job done. Nova are out of this game. Bayu.
Nova went very aggressive, but the problem they were having right now is that they were splitting their aggression. Yes. You saw that Kaylas was in the building while Mox's one was on the outside.
Yep.
So, but instead, if they were both of them outside or both of them in the house, they could have made a a coordinated attack rather than just all rush B and go fight.
Okay, sorry to cut you off, but I'd like to divert the attention to Team 12 and Team 5. They are currently in a bit of a skirmish. Deifu getting the knockdown on the Chroma God. GG Grumpy Gaming did pretty good, but is he going to get caught out behind that wall? What are you doing, God? You actually turned around when you actually had a really good shot onto Dafu. That was just, I don't know if that was bad luck or just kind of, mistake in position, but you could have gotten that shot off. He peeked himself behind a wall. So Team 12 are definitely not looking too good as Grumpy Gaming wanting to secure another squad out sooner rather than later. God is just about surviving. Killer's looking pretty good. Palma is still in there, but he's a little bit out. God taking more damage. He's also got the crossbow. He's having to use it first. Get Butters on his side though. He's low in health on the side of Grumpy Gaming, so he's got to be a little bit careful. Looking for that headshot with the crossbow, but not being able to do much. What would you do if you're Team 12? Because one of their players is split completely away, and you do have Team 17 also driving into the area just to make things that little bit more spicy by you.
Yeah, if Team 17, who seems to be pretty alone right now,
yep,
that guy is all on his own. So I'm not sure if this is a wise decision from Brazy. He should just get out there.
He should get back in his car,
or just get some kills.
Okay, so Brazy's now holding up. He's managed to go back behind that wall. He's got one knocked down. Killer's knocked down. He's just going to be a one-man army going up against these 2 squads. It's only going to be a matter of time if we do find out. Brazy's now going around.
Yeah.
Crossbow. Oh, God. Gets knocked down by Brazy. You absolute beast of a man. That's 2 players. He's knocked out. He's now gotten the job onto Crow. My God, that's 3 players. He's knocked down. He's a god. He's a beast. He's a man. He's a myth. He's an absolute
No.
Oh, he gets knocked down. He just couldn't hold on. It was only a matter of time, but he deserves so much props if he can survive. But where's the rest of his team? They're driving in by the car now, but it's too little too late. Let's see if they can exact revenge on the job that was done, as Brazy is going to have to get the rest of his team to get in there sooner rather than later to try and get the job done onto Grumpy Gaming. But either way, that's a little bit of luck that came out from Team 5.
Yeah, and you know what's unfortunate for Brazy? Although he knocked 3 of his enemies, GG took all the kills.
Yeah, I know.
So Brazy did all the work for them, basically. So GG was at that moment like a five-man squad at that point. Because if Brazy didn't know that Palma was AFK.
Yep.
And if Palma wasn't there, then these 3 would have been a wipe and then he would have moved on. But Brazy was expecting one more enemy to show up somewhere. And because he was expecting that, he was not finishing off his enemies. And not finishing off your enemies means no points. That's so simple. It's that simple. It doesn't mean no points for you.
Oh man, but I want to divert attention back to Yaz9 because Team 11 Daylight is going up against Team 18. They're a little bit across the road, so they're going for these scope shots. They're going for these kind of, pinpoint shots. Hadcock, should I say Daylight, coming out from Navy, is trying to spot them through the window. But it is essentially, it's a 3v3 situation. Bayu, who's kind of looking the strongest, do you think, in your opinion, between Team 18 and Team 11 in the skirmish?
Ooh, I would say Daylight has the better position because they are right now having the high ground. On the other hand, also because they are kind of split, so they have multiple angles facing down on Team 18. It also brings a risk if you're split up and one of your allies get knocked. Then there's very little you can do to save the other because you're gonna expose yourself. On the other hand, Team 18 has also a very good position because they can always fall back into the city. Yep. So they can just walk south. Like, okay, we're not gonna do this. We're gonna walk away from it. Well, Daylight it's slightly more difficult to make that. Nah, I have to disagree with myself there. They have a good they have a good way of escaping as well. So I would say the situations are pretty equal.
It is pretty good, but I want to give props to Team 18 because they weren't. Well, both teams are now starting to move position, but Team 18 they moved position first. They were actually kind of trying to flank around to catch Team 11 out, to catch Daylight out, but they didn't. Simply because Daylight have now moved away. So I really like that kind of, that vision to kind of move around. If they had hung around, there could have been a chance that Daylight could have, popped a couple of shots off in that area. But either way, both teams now are kind of separated. Team 12 and Team 5 are still in the Milta area. You still see Palma is kind of on his own. Did you say Palma was disconnected by you?
I think he is very much not near his device because he has been chilling on this bed for a very long time. As we can see, he is like, you know what, guys, I'm gonna take a long, good nap here.
Should that Max and relax and all cool?
All right, let's go back to okay, where's the action actually? Team 18 and 11.
That's the thing. The teams are generally spread out, and that's kind of something I wanted to talk about, or take a second to ask you in terms of the teams are now spread out. We do see Team 4 are kind of in the center of this safe zone right now. Where do you think this safe zone is going to end up by?
I'm going to suspect school or the mountain south of school is going to be the end of the safe zone. Okay. I could be terribly wrong and it ends in Rozak or even in Pochinki. True. There are several options here, but somewhere around school is gonna be the middle area, the end zone, which I love that area because it allows for several options. You have like a rural area, have a little bit of buildings to fight in, but you also have an open area with a couple of trees in, allowing for long-range snipes, you know?
Yep.
You know, where the Kar98, the M24, the AWM, if they pick it up, these items and the DMRs, they will become so effective in these long-range fights. Whereas in last round, where people were just sitting in buildings, these weapons become less effective because people are just hiding behind a wall. Meanwhile, Sika Sivan managed to knock one out. Let's see what he's gonna do with this. He just threw a grenade in on Zard. Did he hit him?
Oh, yeah.
I don't think he managed to hit him. No.
Not quite, but
No.
we do see Zika is using an adrenaline shot. So he's going, I'm ready for this, boys. I'm ready to get in there and, you know, get my hands dirty, get my weapons dirty, get everything dirty to try and get this squad wipe onto Team 18 EQ. And like I said, you know, EQ extra quality, their team under pressure to do good in this game. They had a bad first round. If they want to maintain their third place position, they have to step it up a gear. So going up against Team Daylight, who, on a side note, are second overall Bayu, so they are essentially somewhat fighting for position. I'm sorry, it's not EQ, my humble apologies. Sorry, let me take that step back. It's Team 18 or F.
Yeah, but
13, my apologies. So I thought it was EQ. So either way, Daylight are second overall, so they're in a position there where they want to maintain their position and they want to get the squad wipe.
well done by EQ. They knocked out Team 17.
Yes.
I believe it was Team 17. Unfortunately, we did not capture the whole fight, but as we can see, EQ survived with all of his members, although 2 were knocked. So
Yeah.
you could say that was just not a clear fight, but nonetheless, they took the win there. So that's good.
Hey, look, you know, at the end of the day, 3 kills on the board for them. They will be able to loot the dead bodies of their enemies, the corpses of their enemies, take up any healing that they want. They have got Grumpy Gaming close enough to them, you know, just kind of around that safe zone area. I'm curious as to what you think of Grumpy Gaming's strategy right now.
So they're basically moving from house to house, if I'm correct. It is interesting to note that 3 of their players are here, and on my camera, their 4th player Butters is somehow still alive, but I think it's a bug. My apologies.
Okay.
The strategy of GG right now is just stick into a building and wait, as we can see.
Okay.
You know, they're looking at, okay, the safe zone is now going to school, as I predicted.
Cool. Yeah.
Well, it's not gonna end in school, but it's gonna probably end
not.
at the middle, you know, in the middle of that area. But yeah, they're just biding their time right now. As you can see, they're not really making. Well, maybe they made a plan just now. Perhaps they have seen EQ there, but because they were scoping that angle. But oh wait, Butters was alive.
Can I? Okay, no, actually, no, not quite. I thought Team 25. I thought Bro was going to get into a bit of a skirmish with 404. They don't seem to be 404. Seem to be kind of stepping back a little bit. Bro now looking to move into the safe zone or towards the edge of the safe zone. Yeah, these teams are now kind of, you know, maintaining. I'm actually surprised at the jump of the safe zone, how far north it kind of ended up.
Yeah,
That has definitely surprised me. I think Bro are actually taking the strategy of going as far north as possible, which is really interesting.
Well, knowing that you can kind of okay, how am I gonna put this? You can kind of expect that the majority of the teams will be in the southern area of the zone.
Yeah.
And that is usually the case because the teams in Yashnaya will kill each other off. Meanwhile, Bro is getting very close to an enemy.
Yeah. But because Team 16 aren't really super worried about like making huge plays, they're just ignoring the sound of that vehicle going past. 4-4 are now in a boat. they're actually in a boat going along the riverside, which I definitely think is a little bit interesting. Maybe overkill from a safety point of view, but either way, not a bad idea coming out from them. There's been a nice split between Team 8 and Team 11 or in the Yasnai area, but because of the safe zone placement, they are still very close to where they need to be. So all the action is now going to start to happen from the south side of the map with Team 22, Team 8, Team 2, Team 9, and Team 5 all relatively close together as they look to head into that safe zone.
So that is what I wanted to say, is that you can calculate that a majority of the teams will be in the southern area, or at least a couple, and they will all converge towards the southern tip, or southwest, southeast, around that area. They will all come and enter the zone there. So if you're going to be there, you got to be prepared. There will be a lot of teams coming at you, and there will be a lot of fighting. So I suspect that Bro is like, well, we're not gonna risk getting caught in between 3 or 4 teams.
Exactly.
We're just gonna go to a safe side, and that in this case is the north side.
Yep.
As you can see right now, EQ is already in the zone. Hermans is almost there. Insane X is They are moving too. They are in the vehicle, and it seems like they're also gonna make their move up to the zone. I am surprised that 03 is kind of curling themselves into it from the southern point. Actually, Team 25 is now fighting with EST. So they managed to knock out 2 of their players out of the vehicle. That's a lot of gunfight, actually, because my headset is going all off and on. But I think they managed to knock 2 players out of the vehicle, and forcing a Damon to park his car and maybe try to protect his allies, which I doubt he's gonna be able to, because there's a whole squad facing him.
Yeah.
Actually, they managed to kill 1 off completely, as they're looting now his corpse.
Okay, so Damien is behind that rock, if I am correct in saying.
I wanna replace the camera actually, because they're just gonna finish off these enemies anyway. My apologies for that, but right now Team 8 and Team 2 are very close to each other. Sebo's actually pushing them right now. He's like, I'm gonna throw a grenade right in your face there, and is he gonna be able to pull off something with it?
Yeah, but we do see Sebo has... Whoa! The grenade is going off into the area of Hammers, as Sneaky is now under a little bit of pressure coming out from planning. It seems like in SX is getting the job done on Animosity. That grenade is going
wow!
Sneaky gets shut down. What a positional play from teammate to get around with that grenade, flank around and wipe out Hammers. Really impressive play coming out from them. But either way, it's now starting to kick off with Team 22 and Team 5 GG. If we can pan that action over to these 2 fantastic teams, Defu is under pressure. He's on his own. He needs to try and get the better of Team 22 because 3 of his players have been knocked down. He's actually got the bad position because he's got the low ground position, so he's got to be careful. He can hide behind, but Team 15 are flying in behind or around him, should I say, but completely ignoring Team 22 and Team 5 as they just look to jump into the safe zone. You've got 10 seconds until this blue zone moves in, so Defu, he's not in a good position because if anything, he's got nowhere to go, Bayu.
Yeah, this is not looking good for him because if he walks north, he's gonna get caught. If he walks southwest, he's gonna get caught. Yep. But the only thing he could do is wait. Just wait, because the enemy is also forced to make a move as well.
Yeah, can we also see there's action going out between Team 8 and Team 15. Oh, whoa, just like that, Team 8 get the squad wipe onto Team 16, but EQ, extra quality, are actually getting good work onto Team 8 from afar at least. But either way, Team 8 looking pretty good. They've also got they've got a total of freaking 9 kills on their team, so they're looking pretty good. They're making a couple of good team-wide decisions, nice positional decisions that are getting them quite good into this game. But team now, we're seeing second and third place teams quite close to each other. Extra Quality and Daylight are close in this school area, like where the safe zone is now starting to end up, as we do see one of the final zones is going once again in the favor of Bro Bayu.
Wow, they are so lucky with that zone, though. That's insane, actually, if you think about it.
It is.
But EQ is looking good too. Kitsune has an AWM. I believe it's an AWM, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
Let me check that actually. Let me check his. Yeah, that's an AWM.
Whoa, he tried to get the snipe on the T-Dog Bayu. Sorry to cut you off. So either way, they see where Team 8 is, and Team 8 are just trying to climb down into the safe zone from the trees. Now, the good thing for Team 8 is that, you know, Extra Quality are sandwiched between them and Daylight, so they could be able to get around us, but either way, Kitsune is looking to go in between the two sides of this building. He's got a little bit of focus, and he gets it knocked down onto T-Dog, T-God, should I say, from the tree. So really nice shot coming out from them. We've also got the play around with Team 18 is joining the mix in around this same area, Bayu. So we've got essentially kind of the guts of 4 teams just outside the school safe zone area, like where this is starting to get a little bit tasty, a little bit sweaty, a little bit kind of spicy between these final teams. Bro playing it safe up in the northwest side of this safe zone. Who do you make out is kind of looking the best in this kind of school shootout and
I would say EQ has right now the advantage because they're sitting in the tallest building, basically. So they have an overlook on their opponent. But in the meantime, Sebo doesn't care about that, and he's just knocking down Team 22 with his M16. Yeah. And again, the previous team fight, Sebo knocked out Hammers all by himself, all by his own. And now again, he manages to squad wipe a whole team again.
They've got to get into the safe zone, Bayu. The next 3 seconds is going to be clutch because it's going to be starting to move in. We do see Bro are now facing off. They take out Team 404, who were fairly quiet, but let's see Team 11 if we can get the skirmish onto Team 11, because they are getting very tasty against freaking WL. Wow, so we've got second, third, and fourth place overall teams in the same area, Bayu. This is looking tasty. Smoke grenades being thrown out all over the place by Daylight because they know that WL are in the same building. They're in the downstairs compound area, so they've got to try and maintain a bit of protection for themselves, a bit of an area where they can go in and kind of hide against Daylight. What are Daylight going to do, by? What would you do if you're in a situation where you see a team in an upstairs area, or you know that there's somebody in an upstairs area of the building that you want to go into?
I would throw grenades in the third floor. I'm not sure if they have grenades, but I would always try to throw in grenades. Oh, meanwhile, EQ.
Whoa.
Oh, EQ. Are we too late for this? No. They are right now facing off Team 8, Insane X. I think they're fighting everyone right now because they knocked 2 players from a different team or killed.
Bro against Insane X. Bro is jumping in onto Insane X. They're in the same school building. I want to get the camera over to either Insane X or Bro, as we're going to get this team fight battle. It's within the safe zone. These other teams remaining, they're outside the safe zone, so that's going to get tasty on its own. But Bro, who've shown aggression, they've won the last 2 games in a row. They want to wipe out Team 8, but they're kind of ignoring them because they're center of the safe zone. So Team 8 maybe playing a little bit wise, a little bit casual. They're kind of going around this school building. Bro, what are you doing?
This is going to be interesting because Team 11, Team 18, Team 9, and Team 4, they all have to move to the zone right now.
Definitely. Bro had, oh boys, just knocked down one member of Extra Quality. Daylight has been knocked down in some way, shape, or form. This is starting to get real tasty. We are on to Team 4 WL, who are looking overall pretty good. They've been fairly quiet so far, but they are not out of the woods just yet. Ari Ferreira getting knocked down all over the place, as is Art of War. So it seems like WL are actually winning the better of this kind of skirmish, but they've got about 1 minute 20 to get into the safe zone. We've got 3 teams remaining: Bayu, NSX, Bro, and WL. So WL, who are 4th overall in standings, are once again finishing ahead of Extra Quality and Daylight. This is WL going, we are not out of this. We want to do better. Art of War gets a knockdown onto Oh Boy with the fantastic headshot through that window, but they are outside the safe zone, so they've got to be careful. They've only got 50 seconds by to get into the safe zone. They're going through the smoke. They're trying to go around the trees. Art of War is getting knocked down. Yes, Lyman 41k has gotten the knockdown onto Art of War, but WL are still looking good because they've still got 3 members of their team alive. Once again, Bro looking in the advantageous position, Bayu, as
wow,
they're going all over the place. WL seems to be not looking too good, Bayu.
The W has again no chance. They again are forced to make a move. They are forced to make a move again, and Bro is just again sitting there and just picking them off one by one.
Yep.
And it's mostly but now Insane X is joining the fight.
Exactly.
Sebo just knocked down 2 players. And is he gonna get a third? Yeah, he's gonna get a third.
Oh my god! Sebo, you absolute beast! I want to see you carry this game. You are getting job done. And not only that, but he's actually reviving T-God. So that's going to leave them in a position where, once again, they are a 4-man team. We're down to 2 teams. WL has actually managed to survive thanks to the plays from Seba and Insane X, as Jonathan is about to lose his life as he has died to the safe zone. So we are down to 2 teams, 5 players, 4v1. Can Ari Ferreira get the absolute master plan play of the day done in a 4v1 situation?
Ooh, this will be difficult.
But
this will be very difficult for him.
Ari Ferreira is behind the wall. I'm currently on the Sebo, who's been a good player. Shotgun comes out. Oh, Ari Ferreira gets a knockdown on the Sebo.
And he gets another knockdown.
He gets a knockdown on the...
And another knockdown.
He gets a knockdown on the performance. It's only T-God that's left. T-God, should I say? But T-God is reviving Sebo. Come on, Ari Ferreira. Get the clutch play done. Go in hard. Go in home. Come on. You can do it just around the corner. Yes, performance. Yes, can. Okay, Sebo is still alive. No.
Yeah, Sebo is the one alive, yeah.
T-God revived Sebo. Sebo is able to provide those megs. He's get this kills onto 2 members of NSX. Is this have to play? I cannot believe this, Bayu. This is ridiculous coming out from Ari Ferreira. I know NSX have done great so far, but you cannot lose in a 4v1 situation. It would be essentially embarrassing. Although it's now 2v1, as Ari Ferreira is kind of getting cornered. T-God is just behind the window of this building. Sebo, WL, you absolute beast!
Oh my god, how did...